YouTube? It is your girl Kanae Shanae, and I am back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you my top 15 favorite Netflix shows to binge watch. And we are not going to be addressing any movies today, just shows. I decided that I wanted to save the movies for a completely different video because I'm really a show watcher, but I do love movies as well, but I strictly wanted to make this about shows. And also, I wanted to address the fact that I am doing a YouTube challenge right now with a few other YouTubers that's out there. They know who they are if you are a part of this challenge. Well, the challenge is you have to post 10 to 15 videos January 21st to February 21st. And let me tell y'all, your girl is slacking, okay? This is only my second video since January 21st started. I actually started late anyway. I actually started them a week late. So I really gotta push hard. Like, I really gotta push content. And I have so much content saved in my phone that I keep recording. And then I just end up deleting it if I don't like it, if I don't like how it's, you know, playing out or how I look in the video. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. And if you are returning, welcome back. Welcome back, kicking it with your girl, okay? Anyways, let's get into this video. The top 15 shows to binge watch. Okay, so this is not in any particular order, okay? I don't have a favorite. Well, I do have one favorite, but I did not write the shows in order, okay? So when we get to my favorite, I'll just address that is my favorite show, okay? Some of these shows, I done watched it more than once, especially this first one. So the very first show that I'm going to be talking about is The Vampire Diaries. Now, a lot of people hear The Vampire Diaries and think it's like some kiddie stuff. It's really not. It's a lot going on. Kids should not be watching it at all. If your kids watching Vampire Diaries, baby, you ain't paying attention to your kids at all, okay? They don't need to be watching it. I can't really go into full details about every single episode. Every single episode or season, because Vampire Diaries has a lot of seasons. I will tell you about the beginning. So basically, it's about this girl. Her name is Elena. And Elena, like, she's just going through a really rough time because she's losing family members and loved ones left and right, okay? And it's really sad. But she falls in love with this guy that's a vampire. She doesn't know he's a vampire at first, but like, it's just stuff that keeps happening to her and different type of supernatural beings and things that keep happening and popping up around her that she's learning about, and it kind of continues to put her life in jeopardy. And then everybody continue to try to save her and protect her. Now, the second one is called The Originals. Now, if you watch The Vampire Diaries and stuff like that, and you're a huge fan, then you know The Originals is kind of, it's not the same show, but they come into contact with each other. Like, this show is a part of Vampire Diaries in some way. Some people that we come in contact with in Vampire Diaries, the show The Originals is about. It's about the original vampires, like the very first ones where everybody originated from, and you know how they got started, how they grew up, where they grew up, and stuff that's going on in their life, like from the Vampire Diaries show and currently, and you know, so on or whatever. Now, the third show, also connected to the Vampire Diaries and the Originals, because they connect. The Legacies, it's about one of the members in the Originals. Basically, it's just about this girl's, her name is Hope Michelson. It's about her life and, you know, things that happened to her and how she's going to this supernatural school for, you know, special students, like, you know, special supernatural students, werewolves, vampires, you know, all different type of creatures that's inhuman. And basically they're just learning to control their powers and what they are, and they're learning more about themselves. Number 4, this is my favorite show, okay? My favorite show is Supernatural. Now, I know y'all looking at me like, this girl like anything that's not human. Like, anything supernatural. She's just obsessed with this type of stuff. No, well, yeah, I am. But the show Supernatural, it got stuff like that up in there, but it's about all different type of creatures. Supernatural is really about these two guys, these two brothers at that, Dean and Sam. And Sam, in the beginning, basically, he went off to have his own life and, go to college. He left behind the supernatural hunting life. And basically, they're hunters. They hunt supernatural creatures that are dangerous to humans in the world altogether. And basically, like, every single season, it's a mission to get something done, or to catch someone, or they on a mission to do something, and on the way to do that mission, something else is going on in that time frame. So it's really good. It's a lot of seasons to that too. A lot, I believe. I don't want to make up a number, but I believe it's like 12 or 13, or I don't know. But I know they're not done. I think they're about to come out with another season, and I cannot wait. Okay, can't wait. I'm not gonna lie, like, the show is so good. I get everybody around me attached and hooked to the show. Next show, which is my number 5, is Riverdale. A lot of people already know about the show Riverdale. It's just about this small town and, like, all the trauma and stuff and horrible things and all the secrets that people are covering up in the town just starting to come out to the light. And basically, like, just how the people, like, certain small towns, it's just all those people know each other, and they all grew up together. People are from this side, and some people are from this side of the tracks, or some people from this side move to the better side of the tracks, so they look down at the others. And it's really about, it's about high schoolers, but not necessarily about high schoolers, because of course a lot of adult things are going on in the show, deaths, all type of stuff like that, drug dealing, scam, a lot of stuff like that. The show is really good. I can't really explain it without telling. Oh, it's just about people keeping their secrets, and then when you keep a secret or you tell a lie, you have to tell another secret or tell another lie to cover up the old secret or the other lie, and just little stuff like that going on. Okay, number 6, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Now, this show is new, but it's not new. Like, it's a couple years old. I think it's about 2 years old. Came out about 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, 2 or 3. I don't know. It's basically about this girl, this young witch, and she's half witch, half mortal, which is human for you all that don't know. Stuck between having her witch life and stuck between having her mortal life. And she doesn't really care about the mortal life, but she does really care about her mortal friends and her boyfriend and stuff like that, because they are regular humans compared to her, where she's a witch, and she's finding out all these deep dark secrets about herself, her past, and who they are worshiping. And also, she has to choose. Another reason she has to choose, and she really wants her witch life, is because when she chooses her witch life, they get all these special powers, this long life, and they get all this great stuff as long as they worship who they're supposed to worship. And it's like she's challenging her. Everybody is trying to make her choose, like her family and everybody's trying to make her choose her witch life and just leave behind her friends from her human life and her boyfriend and everything. But she is really rebellious and, like, going against everybody, and she's like, I'm gonna make my own decisions. I'm gonna do it. Number 7 is The Walking Dead. Everybody didn't seen The Walking Dead, or I hope everybody didn't seen The Walking Dead. Now, I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm sitting up here talking mess, talking about everybody didn't seen it. I am one of those people who didn't start watching The Walking Dead until, like, it was only one season left, like, to come out. And a lot of people thinking it's about, just zombies and stuff like that. But It's more, it's a little bit more deeper than that. It's mainly about the zombies and stuff. So basically with The Walking Dead, I feel like it's really like a show about kill or be killed, survive together, or get left behind. It's really about trying to control the greed and, supporting others, because really in that show, it's like it's at the end of the world. And so a lot of people are against each other, and then there's a lot of people that's, really nice and trying to help, love, and support and become a family. Like, it's a show like that to me. And they help, like, try to protect each other from harm's way and all types of stuff like that. So number 8 show is How to Get Away with Murder. This is my baby. That show, I love How to Get Away with Murder. Okay, so it's about this teacher that teaches law or whatever, and she beats up basically majority of her cases, dang near all of her cases. And so these students are coming to her because they want to learn from the best, and she is the best. And then things start happening and unfolding, and the students get themselves into some trouble, and this teacher helps them get out of trouble because they're learning already in law how to get away with murder. And they're not really trying to get away with murder, but, well, I don't know, I can't tell you all that, but basically they're trying to learn to teach their clients like how to beat the case. If your client really did do it, they really did murder, how to beat the case anyway. It's a win. So that's what that's about to me. The next show is The Arrow. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did not finish watching The Arrow. I started watching it a couple years ago, but The Arrow was one of those shows that I started watching it, and I got to like the 3rd or 4th season, but I started watching so many shows at one time. I was like, okay, look, I gotta stop. I gotta finish one thing, then finish this, and then I gotta finish this. So The Arrow is one of those things that I haven't finished yet, but the show is really, really, really good. And it's about this guy, I ain't gonna say, well, he was missing for a long time. He went somewhere, he was missing for a long time. He came back completely different, and he basically was like on a mission to like save his world. So all the bad guys, he was stopping them, stuff like that. It's kind of connected to The Flash a little bit, but not a lot. Just, they got clips with each other in there. Next show, Bates Motel. Now, a lot of people may say they've seen Bates Motel, but they actually have a movie out called Bates Motel as well, about the same storyline. I haven't seen the movie, I've only seen the show, but Bates Motel, that junk is good. Like, it's crazy. It's about this boy that keeps on doing crazy stuff, and he doesn't know that he blacks out, and he has this mental issue, and his mom is just constantly like covering up for him, cleaning up his mess. And then it's like it gets so bad, and he feels like she's becoming obsessed with him, and he starts to feel like, I want to live my life, mom trying to stop me. To me, that's what I get from it. And then so he starts like trying to stop her, or like, be rebellious against his mom, thinking that it's her that's the problem, when really in all actuality it's really him. He really psycho, he really crazy in the head. And then he's really like kind of obsessed with his mom. He thought it was the other way around, but it's really he obsessed with her. So the number 11 show is Jane the Virgin. Now, this is a Hispanic show. They talk a lot in Spanish, but they talk a lot in English too. And when they say stuff in Spanish, of course they're going to subtitle it and let you know what's going on and what's being said. It's like a narrated show, but it's really funny to me, like super funny. But it's super serious too, and it's like one of those storytelling, like suspenseful, like, dang, that's crazy, that really just happened. Like, it's about this girl that was a virgin. She went to the doctor for like a regular checkup, and her doctor was a drunk, and she had 2 things she was supposed to be doing that day. She was supposed to be checking Jane, and then the other woman, she was supposed to be inserting eggs into her, and she switched it backwards, and Jane ended up pregnant this pregnant virgin. She got kind of famous off of it and everything. And then what ended up being so crazy is because when they found out and everything, like the husband and the wife, they wanted to like take care of Jane and get the baby and everything, but I think Jane ended up like kind of wanting the baby and stuff like that, and still wanting to be a part of the baby's life. And because of course when you're carrying a child, you grow some type of attachment to that child too. So the man, he was like, somehow him and his wife started having issues because she was a liar and she was hiding a lot of things, and him and Jane got close because he spent a lot of time with her. Like, she actually worked for him. She actually worked for the man at his hotel that he and his family owned, and they kind of ended up falling in love and a whole bunch of stuff. It's crazy. Number 13 show, Breaking Bad. Now, it's a lot of drug dealers and scammers out there. And this show, this kind of remind me of like some real life stuff or whatever. It's about this man. He had a whole family. They lost it all. He lost it all. And, he was trying to come up with some ways to take care of his money. I mean, not take care of his money, take care of his family, because like I said, they were about to lose it all. And they really kind of did. And so he started, drug dealing a little bit, and because he was a scientist, I believe he was a scientist, and so he kind of got blackmailed into helping this guy. And then he started making a lot of money off of it, and he got attached to it and fell in love with it to where he kicked the dude to the curb, and he was doing it by himself, like, and he was finna lose his family too. Like, it's one of those shows. It's really good though. The number 14 show, 13 Reasons Why. A lot of people know about 13 Reasons Why. The show, the little clips and stuff be all over the place. Of course, it's about this girl. She committed suicide, and then she left 13 tapes behind, and on each tape is telling these different students that she went to school with, or adults, why they are a part of the reason she committed suicide, what they played a part in, and what they did, how they hurt her, or mentally or physically hurt her in whatever way. And then of course that's all about the first season, and all about that. Then the next season come, and then it's really about like the trial and stuff, and everything was going on, trying to prove who's guilty, who's not guilty, stuff like that. And then the next season come, and the main person that hurt her the most, it was about somehow he ended up dead, and they were trying to figure out how he died and who killed him or whatever happened. The number 15 show, Money Heist, super popular. Everybody probably seen it. Money Heist, I don't know what language it's in or what culture it's in, but it's a really good show. It's about this group of people, like, who were having crazy life hacks. This man found them. He taught them, so much stuff. They studied. They were going around robbing like major places in the world, like, that hold a lot of money or hold like gold and stuff like that. And it was about how they were trying to figure out how they was gonna get out. They had a plan. They was testing the people. They was really coming up off this stuff. I wish I was like, if it was real, I would have been one of the people wanting to be up in the show, trying to be one of the people coming up, because some people was eating, you feel me, like they was really getting it, but they were alone. Like, all they had is each other. They didn't really have no family like that. They hadn't lost everybody. They lost it all too. Like, they was either finna go to jail or just going through real life struggles, like in the real world as well. And last but not least, my last favorite show is this show is really good. I recently just watched it at the end of 2020, The Assassination of Gianni Versace. So of course it's about the man who created Versace, the clothing line or whatever, and it's basically telling how he was killed, and the guy who killed him, how he was like really really extremely crazily obsessed with Versace, and he was just going around like messing with a lot of like rich famous men who like had so much money, and men that weren't supposed to be gay or whatever, was keeping a secret, having a secret life outside of their wives and families and stuff like that. Some of them, like, can't really say they weren't supposed to be gay, but some of them had like families and everything like that. And basically he was just like messing with a lot of rich men, and then after he would get done messing with them and getting everything he wanted out of them, or if he didn't get his way, he would go crazy and he would kill them, to the point where it got to Versace. Like, I don't even think Versace ended up ever messing with him. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he did. I think the guy was just really obsessed with him. He did come into contact with Versace and meet him, a few times, and got invited out, but it was never what he wanted it to be. And I think more so of, he was really just jealous, and he was telling like all these people before he even met Versace that he knew him, and just he had this imaginary life about him and Versace together, and it was just crazy. But the guy, he was like one of those people that was really kind of born with a silver spoon, but it was so crazy because his dad was a scammer. So his dad was like really scamming and giving him this special life treatment that he got used to. And leaving his dad ended, when he got in trouble and he got the feds and everything caught up with him, he ended up leaving him, the mom, and like finna leave them, and he went back to his original country or whatever. And that really messed this man up in the head. And then this guy ended up like just going crazy, and he started messing with other rich men that could provide the lifestyle with him that he grew up on. And when he did not get his way with them, or when he had enough of them, he killed them. And like I said, Versace had nothing to do with it because he never messed with him, but he ended up being one of his targets as well, because I don't know why. He was just crazy. Guys, yeah, so that was my top 15 favorite shows on Netflix. Not Hulu, just Netflix. I don't know if any of those shows are on Hulu. They might be. I haven't checked. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, of course. Drop down in the comments below some of your favorite shows that you watched, if I haven't named them, because it might be something that I may be interested in watching as well. Tell me about it a little bit if you feel like it or you got time. I will be back with you guys with another video, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.